Hey guys, this is Amit and you are watching Tech Dad. In this video, we are going to compare between Realme 8i versus Redmi 10 Prime. And we will discuss which one is better in camera, performance, display, body of the devices, features, communication chips, and about the prices. In the end of the video, I will tell you which one is better according to me. So watch this video till the end. So without wasting any time, let's start the video. Let the comparison start with the camera of the devices. Talking about the rear camera of the devices, 8i have triple camera setup, 50 megapixel of wide camera, 2 megapixel of macro camera and 2 megapixel of depth sensor. Whereas 10 Prime comes with quad camera setup, 50 megapixel of wide camera, 8 megapixel of ultra wide camera, 2 megapixel of macro camera and 2 megapixel of depth sensor. So the winner here is 10 Prime because it have quad camera setup which have 8 megapixel of ultra wide camera and which can take ultra wide shots. And about the front camera of the devices, 8i have 16 megapixel of wide camera, whereas 10 Prime have 8 megapixel of wide camera. So the winner here is 8i because it has 16 megapixel of selfie camera which can take high resolution of selfies. Let's talk about the camera features of the devices. 8i have LED flash HDR and panorama, whereas 10 Prime have LED flash HDR and panorama. So it's a tie. And about the video recording options in the devices, 8i can shoot Full HD video max at 30 fps, whereas 10 Prime can shoot Full HD video max at 30 fps. So it's a tie because both of the devices have same recording specs. Moving to the performance of the devices, let's start with the operating system of the devices. 8i have Android 11 support. On the other side, 10 Prime also have Android 11 support. So it's a tie. And about the user interface of the devices, 8i have Realme UI, whereas 10 Prime comes with MIUI. So it's a tie because both of the devices have different UI. So it's up to you. Which UI you like it or not, it's up to you. Let's talk about the processor of the devices. 8i is powered by MediaTek Helio G96 based on 12nm processor, whereas 10 Prime is powered by MediaTek Helio G88 based on 12nm processor. So the winner here is 8i because it can give faster processing speed. And about the GPU of the devices, 8i is packed with Mali G57, whereas 10 Prime is packed with Mali G52. So the winner here is 8i because it can give you more FPS in games. Let's talk about the clock speed of the devices. 8i can clock at 2.05 GHz based on octa-core Cortex chipset, whereas 10 Prime can clock at 2.0 GHz based on octa-core Cortex chipset. So it's a tie here because both of the devices have same clock speed. And about the RAM variants in the devices, 8i have two options, 4 and 6 GB, whereas 10 Prime have two options, 4 and 6 GB. So it's a tie because both of the devices have same capacity of RAM options. Let's talk about the internal storage of the devices. 8i have 64 and 128 GB of storage, whereas 10 Prime have 64 and 128 GB of storage. So the winner here is 8i because it have faster read and write speed. And about the external storage of the devices, 8i have dedicated card slot, whereas 10 Prime also have dedicated card slot. So it's a tie. Moving to the display features of the devices, let's start with the display size of the devices. 8i have 6.6 inches of display, whereas 10 Prime have 6.5 inches of display. So it's a tie because both of the devices have approximately the same screen size. And about the screen to body ratio of the devices, 8i have approximately 84.6%, whereas 10 Prime have 83.7%. So it's a tie because both of the devices have approximately the same ratio. Let's talk about the screen resolution of the devices. 8i comes with Full HD Plus display. On the other side, 10 Prime also have Full HD Plus display. So it's a tie. And about the display type of the devices, 8i have IPS LCD display having 120Hz of refresh rate, whereas 10 Prime have LCD display having 90Hz of refresh rate. So the winner here is 8i because 120Hz of refresh rate can give you better and smooth transitions. Moving to the display features of the devices, let's start with the thickness of the devices. 8i have 8.5 mm of thickness, whereas 10 Prime have 9.6 mm of thickness. So the winner here is 8i because it has slimmer body. Talking about the weight of the devices, 8i comes with 194 grams of weight, whereas 10 Prime have 192 grams of weight. So it's a tie because both of the devices have approximately the same body weight. And about the protective glass of the devices, 8i have Gorilla Glass 3, whereas 10 Prime have Gorilla Glass 3. So it's a tie because both of the devices have same generation of glass. Let's talk about the build quality of the devices. 8i have plastic back with plastic frame, whereas 10 Prime have plastic back with plastic frame. So it's a tie because both of the devices have solid build quality. And about the SIM options in the devices, both of the devices have dual nano SIM support, so it's a tie. Moving to some of the most important features of the devices, let's start with the fingerprint scanner of the devices. 8i have side mounted fingerprint scanner. On the other side, 10 Prime have side mounted fingerprint scanner, so it's a tie. And about the sensors in the devices, 8i have accelerometer, gyroscope, proximity and compass, whereas 10 Prime have accelerometer, proximity and compass. So the winner here is 8i because it have gyroscope. Let's talk about the battery capacity of the devices. 8i have 5000 mAh of battery capacity, whereas 10 Prime have 6000 mAh of battery capacity. So the winner here is 10 Prime because it have bigger battery capacity. Let's talk about the charging speed of the devices. 8i have 18 watts of fast charging, whereas 10 Prime have 18 watts of fast charging. So it's a tie because both of the devices have same charging speed. Let's talk about the loudspeaker of the devices. 8i comes with normal speakers, whereas 10 Prime have stereo speakers. So the winner here is 10 Prime because it can produce immersive sound. And about the headphone jack of the devices, 8i have 3.5mm of headphone jack, whereas 10 Prime also have, so it's a tie. Moving to some of the most important communication chips in the devices, starting with the WLAN of the devices. Both of the devices have Wi-Fi AC, dual band Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi direct and hotspot, so it's a tie. And about the Bluetooth version of the devices, 8i have 5.1 generation of Bluetooth, whereas 10 Prime also have 5.1 generation of Bluetooth, so it's a tie because both of the devices have same generation of Bluetooth. Let's talk about the positioning chips in the devices. 8i have AGPS, Galileo, GLONASS and BDS, whereas 10 Prime have AGPS, GLONASS, Galileo and BDS, so it's a tie. And about the USB connectivity of the devices, 8i comes with second gen of Type-C connector with OTG support, whereas 10 Prime also have second gen of Type-C connector. But the winner here is 8i because it have OTG support. Moving to the price of the devices in the international market, 8i is around $200, whereas 10 Prime is available from $210. In the Indian market, 8i have starting range from 14,000 rupees, whereas 10 Prime is available from 12,500 rupees. So the conclusion of the video is, in the camera the winner here is 10 Prime, in the performance the winner here is 8i, in the display the winner here is 8i, in the body segment the winner here is 8i, in the features of the device it's a tie, in the communication chips it's a tie, and about the prices the winner here is 8i. So the decision is totally yours, which device you like the most so far, and let me know in the comment below what do you think, which device is better for you. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you like our content, please like our video, share this video and subscribe to our channel. Comment what you thought in the comment below. If you're watching this video on Facebook, please like our page TechDad, and if you want to follow me on Instagram, here's my Instagram ID on the screen. This is Amit and I will see you guys in the next one. Till then, bye.